Dear viewers, today I brought you exciting news from the heart of Europe. The small but elegant Grand Duchy of Luxembourg is preparing to experience a historic moment with a change of throne, which will take place on October 3rd. Grand Duke Henri, after almost 25 years of reign, will pass the crown to his eldest son, Prince Guillaume, in a ceremony filled with traditions and emotions. I must admit, when you read about such moments, you realize that there's something touching and very symbolic in the history of even the smallest countries. This week, we witnessed a particularly significant event: Grand Duke Henri's last official dinner with members of the Luxembourg government before his abdication. This evening, full of mixed feelings, marked the end of one era and the beginning of another. The scene was dominated by the elegance of two key women in the family: Grand Duchess Maria Teresa, who shone in an exquisite metallic jacket over a black ensemble, and Princess Stéphanie, the future Grand Duchess, who chose an elegant burgundy velvet outfit. Honestly, I always observe these women's style with interest. It seems to reflect not only their taste, but also the era in which they live. Grand Duchess Maria Teresa, faithful to her characteristic style, showcased one of her favorite pieces, a blazer, this time made of striking metallic jacquard fabric, which added a festive touch to her outfit. As always, she complemented her look with stunning gold earrings resembling pencil shavings, demonstrating her impeccable taste for accessories that so characterizes her. I personally find it amazing how she manages to stay true to herself while looking modern. It's a rare gift. For her part, Princess Stéphanie maintained her restrained and elegant style in a two-piece burgundy velvet ensemble consisting of loose pants and a round neck blouse, paired with shoes of the same shade. This outfit perfectly reflects her preference for understated and classic clothing, which we will undoubtedly continue to see when she assumes her role as Grand Duchess of Luxembourg. I think her character can be read in this look: calm, deep, without unnecessary glitter, and there's an aristocratic strength in this. October 3rd will be a historic day for this small Central European country. The day will begin at 10 in the morning with the abdication ceremony at the Grand Ducal Palace, a moment that promises to be very emotional for Grand Duke Henri and his wife Maria Teresa. Already in June, during National Day, they could barely hold back tears, realizing these were their last celebrations as head of state and his spouse. How humanly close this emotion is. No matter how many titles a person holds, saying goodbye to a role is always painful and touching. An hour later, at 11 o'clock, Prince Guillaume's swearing-in ceremony will take place in the Chamber of Deputies. By 12:15, Luxembourg will officially have a new head of state. The heir himself admitted earlier that he's experiencing stress because, although he had long known about the upcoming day, the moment turned out to be much more exciting than he expected. This admission seemed particularly sincere to me. It reminds us that even future monarchs are just people, with their bouts and anxieties. The list of royal guests for this historic event is impressive. Among the confirmed attendees are King Felipe of Belgium, along with Queen Mathilde and Princess Elizabeth, Duchess of Brabant, King Willem Alexander of the Netherlands, with Queen Maxima and Princess Caterina Amalia, will also be present. Additionally, French President Emmanuel Macron, with his wife Brigitte, as well as German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier, with his partner Elke Budenbender, will attend parts of the ceremonies. This once again confirms that Luxembourg, despite its size, plays a significant role in the European family of nations. After the official ceremony, the new Grand Ducal family, Guillaume, Stéphanie, and their two young children, 5-year-old Charles and 2-year-old Francois, will make their first appearance on the palace balcony, marking the beginning of their new role as the ruling family. Then they will head to the town hall and afterward meet with citizens at Guillaume's second square
named after a former Grand Duke who ruled from 1840 to 1849. I can imagine with what anticipation residents will greet them. Such moments create a sense of unity between the rulers and the people. The day will conclude with a reception organized by the government at Circle City and a gala dinner at the Grand Ducal Palace, which promises to be one of the most anticipated moments thanks to the display of elegance and protocol. And here, I'm certain, we'll see a whole extravaganza of outfits that will enter the chronicles.
But the celebrations won't end there. The following day, the new Grand Duke will begin a tour throughout Luxembourg to meet his citizens. The palace emphasizes that this gesture is conceived as a recognition of respect for the country's diversity, talents, achievements, and rich cultural and social life. This step seems particularly important to me. It shows that the monarchy here doesn't isolate itself, but seeks dialogue with people. Prince Guillaume, who is 43 years old, said that although he feels nervous excitement, he sees this challenge as an opportunity to prove himself. He emphasized that at his age, he has enough energy and ideas to implement new initiatives, and his father's trust has been a great motivation for him. Certainly, the new Grand Duke has grand plans for his small but prospering country. And in these words, there's optimism that modern society so needs. For 70-year-old Grand Duke Henri, this change marks the closing of an important chapter. He himself ascended the throne on October 7, 2000, after the abdication of his father, Prince John of Luxembourg, thus continuing the family tradition of peaceful transition of power. Personally, I think it's precisely this continuity that makes Luxembourg's monarchy so stable and respected. This change of throne represents much more than just a generational shift. It's the continuation of a monarchy that has managed to adapt to modern times without losing its essence and traditions. The Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, though small in size, has maintained its significance on the European stage, thanks to the stability of its political system and the representative role of its Grand Ducal family. Sometimes, it's in such small powers that we see the brightest examples of wisdom and stability. Luxembourg's history is full of such peaceful transfers of power, and this new stage promises to continue this legacy of stability and renewal. With Prince Guillaume and Princess Stéphanie at the helm, together with their two young sons who represent the dynasty's future, Luxembourg is preparing to write a new chapter in its rich history. And as an observer from the outside, I sincerely hope that this chapter will be as harmonious and inspiring as the previous ones.